This is my 2015 Ford Fiesta Z-Tech. So these cars are really good. I mean, it is now officially a project, so let's be honest. This car's awful. And a big shout out to his kids. You're coming with me. There's a pee bottle. Just why so many? What manner of thing has happened inside this car? Abdominal pain and blood in stool. Bad, but good. This is my 2015 Ford Fiesta Z-Tech 1.2. I picked this car up for £600, and in this video we're going to work our way through some of the various issues that this car has, because I have a buyer already for this car. Before I even listed it, before I even worked on this car, he saw it on Instagram and was immediately keen on it. So big shout out to him, and a big shout out to his kids, Jacob and Jensen. I know you're watching. They quite enjoy watching my videos, so I really hope you enjoy this one and you enjoy watching your dad's car get torn to pieces by me as I work my way through some of the issues with the car. So let's talk about it. So these cars are really good. I mean, I love a Fiesta. I think they're great to drive. You get loads of feedback through the steering. It feels nice and tight. They're really chuckable cars. I do like a Fiesta. I can't hide that fact. This one, however, isn't a good example of one at the moment. This one has a vibration under braking, which I think is going to be a couple of things. I think it's got warped discs. I also think that there is some play in a wishbone because there's some knock-in. So I need to get it jacked up. I need to check for play in ball joints and spinning the wheels over. Hopefully I can feel that the discs are warped. I'm not going to go to the extent of putting a caliper and measuring the discs. I think that's just a bit excessive. For the price of them, I'm just going to change them. Selling a car with brand new discs and pads is also quite a nice thing to do. Other issues with the car, TPMS light is on. With it being post, I think it's 2010. That's an MOT fail, so I need to sort that out. Wiper blades, they're streaky, they need replacing. All the tyres are pretty good on the car. These rear ones aren't as nice, and they're all mismatched, but they've got plenty of tread. So I might replace the tyres. I'm going to get a price on tyres and go from there. One issue I've spotted just crouching down is that this is a part worn tyre. It's got glitter on it. It's one of those glitter tyres. Pay extra for that. But what it has got is these god-awful Ford wheel nuts. Now, the Focus had issues with these. I've had 2 Fiestas so far that aren't mine, just belong to some of the lads that I've worked on, that have had issues with these, where you just can't get a socket on them because they swell, they round off, and the stainless sort of cap that they put over the mild steel on the inside comes loose. If you go to a cheap tyre shop and they use a gun on these, you shouldn't really use a gun on these. You should bar them loose and then whack them off with a gun, because that breaks off these caps as well. Long and short of it is, I'm gonna have to replace all 16 top maths of these wheel nuts with some solid ones, which is what they should have fitted to the car in the first place. Other issues with the car, it's got a misfire. So it's fine idling, it's fine when you sort of lightly rev it, which makes me kind of think the engine's okay. I think it's plugs at the moment. I haven't got any fault codes for a misfire. I haven't got anything like that. So that kind of, in my mind, makes me think it's not going to be a coil pack. It could still be a coil pack. It could be leads, because these are a single pack with the 4 leads. But we're going to go with spark plugs first. It's part of the service anyway. So engine oil change, spark plugs, air filter, cabin filter, and the wiper blades. That's just basic stuff that I'm going to do to this car anyway. So hopefully that'll kill the misfire. That remains to be seen. Other issue with this car is the faded number plate. Front and rear, they need replacing. They just look naff. And it's quite messy. And wet, it would seem. So that's good, isn't it? It comes with a free Copperberg many air fresheners, a water bottle with a liquid in it that might not be water, who knows? Willing to take that chance. Lots of tissues. It's always concerning in a Fiesta. What have you been doing in the back of this? What else have we got? Spare engine oil. Empty bottle. Some de-icer. A face mask that plays music. Look at that. I don't know how you do music or do charging, but I like that. So yeah, I think the first thing I'm going to get done on this car is I'm going to jack it up, check for playing things. I might whip the wheels off and get an idea as to what's going on with it. I'll also take the plugs out just to get an idea of what the plugs look like. I haven't ordered anything yet. That's what I'm doing now, is working my way through the things that I need to order ready for next week so that I can make a start on hopefully trying to fix it. So yeah, let's get it. You'll notice also that I'm wearing one of my merch t-shirts in a colour that is inspired by the Fiesta. And if the buyer is very lucky, he might just get himself one of these t-shirts with the car. Only if he's lucky. Cool spring shock are good, shock's bone dry. Looks as though it's had a replacement anti-roll bar link at some point. Oh, hello. Wheels round. This brake disc looks like it's out of round. And there's more scoring on some parts of the disc than others. But it does spin freely, which is good. And there is quite a bit of pad life left. A bit of forward life play, I think. Both these wishbones look original. Drive belt looks good, CV boots are good. It's had this tyre recently fitted, the wheel weights are still basically brand new. Okay, so the play in this one is the wheel bearing. There isn't any bottom board on play. The boot looks okay, it just looks a bit damp around the bottom of the boot. Quite common on these is the rear bushes. Good look at them. Looks like it's soaked slightly. I can only really apologise for this highly attractive angle of my ass. Sorry. The brake line is cable tied on, so that's interesting. This brake line is cable tied on, which isn't correct, so I need to do something about that. Lots of various sort of trim clips and stuff missing. That needs to get sorted. Tyre's good. It's a performance tyre because race Fiesta. Road Performance. Wow. What brand is it? Cormoran. There's a performance name that I've never heard of. Not much of a tyre expert, but I haven't heard of that one before. This one is cracked all the way through to the cord, which is an immediate MOT fail. And it tells me that he's put part warns on this. Look at the state of that. That's awful. You can see cords in that. What's the age of that tyre? Holy sh... That was really hard not to swear. So, this tyre is from 2006. Wow. Okay. That's really bad. You should not be putting 2006 tyres on your car. So this number's called the DOT number, DOT, Department of Transport number, and pretty much every tyre these days has this number on it to tell you how old it is. The first two digits are the week, the second two digits of the year. So this tyre was made in the 46th week of 2006. Wow. And it has a bit of a flat spot. Let's see the state of these wheel nuts as well. Okay, let's crack on with checking it. We've already found our first drama, so it's going well. Ooh. Oh yeah. Oh, that needs both. Trap rod end and bottom ball joint. The bottom ball joint is, the boot is split, all the oil's leaking out of it, all the grease is leaking out of it. This bush is split. And the rear brush looks like it might have actually been replaced at some point. Look at the good things. The oil filter is quite fresh, so that's obviously been done fairly recently, which is a good sign. Dry shaft looks good, CV roots are good. Again, the anti-roll bar link has been replaced on this side, so that's another good thing. I don't like the fact that that anti-roll bar link, unless I'm being an idiot, looks different to the other anti-roll bar link. Yeah. Okay, so the anti-roll bar link on this side is a steel sort of tube one. The anti-roll bar link on the other side is one of those sort of cast aluminium ones. So I'll add a pair of anti-roll bar drop links to that so that we have a matching pair. I'm pretty much going to be replacing everything at this point. I can do one trap rod end, but you should do them in pairs, so I'm going to do both trap rod ends, both wishbones, both anti-roll bar drop links. So that's all the ball joints and bushes, other than the top mount bearings and stuff, replaced on the front of this car before we even started, as well as a set of 4 tyres and discs and pads. This could get expensive. I suppose I should probably jack up the back of the car as well. So I was saying earlier on about getting the wheels off, but on this car you really can actually see everything through these wheels, and I don't think I'm going to benefit much. I can see the state of the front discs and pads both sides. They're wearing fairly evenly, the pads, so I'm not going to bother fighting with these wheel nuts. The first time I'm going to get these wheels off is when I actually start the work and when I come to replacing these wheel nuts. So for now, the wheels are staying on. This has the same tyre as is on the other side of the front. A Cormoran Road Performance 185/55/15, and how old is it? 2022, so that's quite a fresh tyre. So I could put this one on the front and have a pair of matching fronts, and then get another pair of tyres for the rears to replace that cracked one and whatever's on the other side. What is on the other side? Oh, Yokohama. So that's quite a good tyre. That's an actual named brand, but judging by the paint on it, I'm going to assume it's a part worn. This one being 2022 and in quite good nick, I think might actually be a brand new tyre. There's no way of knowing for sure, obviously. So let's have a look at it. All the fixings are in place on this, which is good. Shock absorber isn't leaking. Bumper stop's fine. Spring hasn't snapped, which is good. What I have done is left the handbrake on, so that's good, isn't it? It's missing a back box. Well, no, it's not missing a back box. It's missing a tailpipe, sorry. That's good. This car's awful. It's missing a sort of, it hasn't got a tailpipe. It could do with one. Okay. That's another job. Let's jack up this. Actually, I need to take the handbrake off so I can just spin the wheel over. But we'll get this side jacked up. The only other thing I need to check then is the rear axle bushes. They're quite common on these cars. Shock absorber's good again. I'll wheel bear in place, same to the other side. Tyre's okay. Drum is slightly catching, but I think that might just be a bit of rust from where it's been sat. I'll probably clean up with driving along with the handbrake on. So other than the missing tailpipes, the back of this car is actually really good. So let's do some mechanical work. Let's get the bonnet open and we'll whip the plugs out and see what the state of them are. So I think it's fair to say I do love these engines. They're the last of the proper, good, reliable, well-made, solid Ford small capacity engines. After this it was all downhill. I mean, to be fair, during this, because the wet belts were being introduced, which were, well, they were terrible. And yeah, these are just good. They're solid, reliable, double overhead cam, really easy to access timing belt, which isn't submerged in oil, which is good. I can see that it has had some work. So the cam cover says eBay on it. The HT leads are marked, so it's definitely had the cam cover off and either replaced or something. I mean, who knows, it might be an entire engine. It doesn't look like much else has been off, really. The washer fluid cap is missing. It has no under tray, which I quite like. It makes servicing it a lot easier. But it has no under tray. It has got the bonnet sound deadening, which a lot of these are missing because they start to sag like this one. And me doing this is completely pointless because it'll just fall out again. I feel better for doing it. Right, anyway, enough talking about how brilliant this car is. Ooh, really clean. Let's sign that's been arcing. Maybe. Let's get these HT leads out. Ooh, that's a rusty one. Okay, so these are fairly common for water leaking off this scuttle panel and down into the sort of HT leads. You can get like a cover that goes over them to stop that happening. Yeah, so that's one sign towards our misfire potentially. Coil pack says FOMOCO on it, which tells me it's the original. Also doesn't look like it's ever been off, looking at the state of the screws on it. So I may get a set of HT leads as well. This bill is increasing. I always have a problem putting these ones back in because my spark plug socket doesn't have the little rubber insert to hold the plug. So I end up having to use the HT lead to remove the plug, which is fine, but also have to put it back in again. And that can be a little bit more tricky. Sounds good. Bad, but good. So we get the longest lead, poke it down into the hole, so it touches the spark plug. There we go. And yeah, it's not great, is it? I mean, the gap's not too bad. It's pretty big, but it's not awful. But it's the water ingress that is my sort of biggest concern. And the cracking on the ceramic as well. See the ceramics cracking on the head of the HG lead. Also there's some blackness around the top where the lead is going to contact the top of the plug, which isn't great. So, number one is a good thing because that means the misfire is hopefully just a simple electrical drama and nothing more. Because my next port of call would be injectors and then a compression test and then some crying. But we don't need to do that because I think it should just be the plugs and the leads. Ooh, you're not very nice. So the colour's quite good, a little bit white, a little bit lean, but it looks as though it's been firing. But again, this plug's pretty damn rusty. So the electrode inside, which is just a solid bit of metal basically, can corrode if water gets up on the inside of it and cause it to do things you don't want it to. That's another one. Here is one of the better plugs. Again, the gap in that one's pretty big, so it's pretty worn. A little bit of damage to the ceramic and some arcing showing on the top. Again, the threads are pretty minging as well. On that one. Let's get number 4 out. Okay. Last spark plug, again in very similar condition to the first one. So we'll get all 4 together. They all look as though they've been firing. They're all fairly evenly worn, I would say overall, with these first 2 being excessively sort of rusty. So yeah, we'll definitely get a set of them on order, that's for sure. Engine oil, actually looks pretty clean. Actually, you can see through my finger on it. It's really nice, actually. It's had a service recently. Yeah, and right up to the full mark, which I don't really like doing. Have it just a little bit under, but on the petrol it doesn't matter as much as on a diesel. Whilst we're at it, let's whip the air filter out and have a look at that, see what the sort of condition of the air filter is. That didn't hit the floor. Going well. What the buyer of this car has just gained is a T30 bit. Oh yeah, it's definitely been serviced recently. The air filter's almost brand new. In fact, I'm not even going to replace that. Look at that. It's brand new. Spanking new. It smells new even. That'll save me all of about £7. Yeah, that's brand new. Not doing anything with that. That's just false economy replacing that. Doesn't really need an oil change, but I am going to do an oil change because you know, whether the last person put the wrong oil in or something, and judging by some of the other repairs on this car, that is a very real possibility. Just checking around the seams of the radiator. When you get to an age, the aluminium starts to corrode and swell and can break the seal between the plastic. This all looks nice and dry. Aircon condenser looks in pretty good condition. I think the aircon did work on this car as well, if I remember rightly. So that's nice. Yeah, I think the misfire is hopefully just going to be these spark plugs and leads. So we'll get them replaced and that should hopefully cure our misfire. And then it's just sorting out the various sort of suspension play, braking issues. I'm on a bit of a time constraint with this car because he does want the car. So we'll have to look at seeing if I can source an undertray. That'd be a nice thing to do, even if I give the car to him and fit it at a later date. But the main thing I want to concentrate on is getting the bits ordered now so I can start doing some repairs on this car. So the last thing I want to do, just to finish off this little video, is give the interior a bit of a, not hoover or a clean, but just a de-rubbish, a de-gunge. So let's do that. See what other finds we can collect along the way. You're coming with me. Oh, now I've got some wet bottom. Oh, keyring. The tyre dealer. I wonder if that's where he had his tyres. And if it was, he needs sacking. Because allowing a car to have a 2006 tyre fitted is downright criminal. On HGVs, there's what's called a 10-year tyre life. You're supposed to replace the tyres when they get to 10 years old because of how they deteriorate and to minimise blowout from motorways as a result of old tyres. Jesus. What were you planning? So I think that exemption should be brought forward to cars, personally. There's a lot of cars on the road that still have ancient tyres fitted. Just why so many? What manner of thing has happened inside this car? I don't like rummaging through things when I can't see what I'm rummaging for. That's, I think, a seatbelt or a box cutter. That nearly sliced me. Let me just flip the seat forward. Oh, that's not how you do it. That's how you do it. else have we found? Me. Leave my torch again. I want to be able to see under the driver's seat. Oh, there's a pee bottle. Pineapple and passion fruit. Oh, actually, no, I think it is. Oh, I can't tell if that's been opened or not, and I don't want to find out. It's a good job that one of the things I was going to do to this car was to do a seat out and carpet clean, because there is some yuckiness. Quite scary putting my hand into here. I don't know what I'm going to find. Ooh, money! Oh, it was worth putting my hand in there. I'm rich. There we go. Abdominal pain and blood in stool. Well, that can't be good, can it? Okay, that's the back seats. This, not a clue. Don't know if it's supposed to be on the car or not. Doesn't look like it was ever supposed to be on the car. That needs further investigation. And no more will I be a VIP. Piece of brownie. Keeping that. That's the divider for the cup holder. Make sure your cups don't fall out. 10, 20, 30, 40, 45, 50p. Already I'm making money. Handbook, that's nice. Focus was missing that, I had to buy it. Bicycle. Paperwork. Car paperwork. That can stay. Some screws. But what did you want to screw into? Okay, so car paperwork can go back in. And that can stay shut. And some visors. Had that before where there's hidden paperwork and cards and stuff. Not today. Well, these stones. Ooh, stones. Precious gems. I have diamonds. I'm now a millionaire. Well, somebody will be. There go all the door pebbles. Right, that's this side of the car done. Oh, I've forgotten something. That was recent, 16th of the 12th of the 9th, 25. Oh, a sock. A worn sock. Neck pillow. That I'm keeping. Okay, so that's done. One last observation. It's missing a parcel shelf, so I'll have to see if I can get one of them along with the under tray and tailpipes. Good. So that's it. That's every single thing wrong with my cheap Fiesta project. It is now officially a project, so let's be honest. A project with a buyer, so I am constrained a little bit by time now. I need to try and get this car fixed as quickly and as well as possible to an MOT-able state, because this car also has no MOT, so that's another thing that I'm going to have to budget for. But anyway, I'm going to get all these bits ordered. I'll let you know in the next video how much it costs, and hopefully it won't be too scary. I am looking forward to doing this. I think it will make the car a lot better, and it'll be as good as it was when it was good, before previous owners have obviously neglected it. I mean, it's quite a tidy car. I'm assuming they've just neglected it mechanically due to lack of knowledge or lack of funds, which is fair enough. It's probably been owned by a few young lads. But all in all, the bodywork's really good. The interior is really tidy, if a bit grotty. And the engine, hopefully, if the spark plugs and the leads fix that misfire, is also spot on, A1. So, Thank you very much for watching. I really appreciate it. We're past 100 subscribers. Yes! Which is mega. I'm just going to keep putting that out there. We are now past 100 subscribers, which is pretty insane. So thank you to each and every one of you. I really appreciate it. And if you're enjoying this, I know it's not the most engaging video in the world, it's just me moaning about a broken Fiesta. Please like and subscribe, it means a lot. Each and every one of you subscribers. I will do my best to reward at least a few of you when we go past that 200 subscriber count. I want to try and do a giveaway, so look forward to that and look forward to the next video. See you on the next one.